And here we are. We're live. Welcome.
Ladies and oh shit, is it you? Is it
Oh,
me?
well, see, you want to talk shit about doing something before we go live, and then here we are. Uh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody, to the season premiere. Is that what we're calling it? The New Year's edition of the Empty Slate, back from our hiatus, I guess.
Our Christmas break.
Christmas break. Yeah. What's up, dude?
Oh, just living the American dream.
The All American Nightmare.
Started the new digs today. Which, I
Right
won't
on.
I won't go into too much of that, but the fuck is this?
Wow, we're not a minute in.
Oh my god, we're already getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Um what is this? God, these people.
Nobody's watching anyway, so it doesn't
Nobody's
really matter.
watching. Not even YouTube's watching at this
No,
point.
YouTube's not even watching this.
Oh, are you not
They
on
don't.
YouTube?
Oh yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Oh, okay, because I was about to go share it on YouTube.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, our normal person can't chime in with us.
No. We did it on a church night.
Maybe I can share it and Andrew can chime in and I can chastise him for his AEW dick gargling.
Yeah,
I
I don't know.
don't know, man. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. God, cat, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh God, PETA, he's just kidding.
Hi, you left and now you came back. No, I'm not gonna kill my cat. That's like one of my buddies, but I'm not letting him back out because I'll be pissed if he tries to leave again. So I don't know. It's been a fun. How was your Christmas?
It was, man, it didn't feel like Christmas. I worked all the way up until Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day came, and I don't know, when the kids are my kids' age, they already know what all they got, so it's not a big surprise. And the little one was happy when she got her iPad. I held that last. So I
You
don't know.
got
How about yours?
your. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to tell you the funniest thing of all. I have literally heard those exact words of what you just said. Is it didn't feel like a normal Christmas from a lot of people. And I'm just wondering if that was because of it being on the new or on the beginning of a week.
I, I don't know about that.
I've heard so many people say the same thing. Like it just wasn't as Christmassy as it normally was for everybody, and I wonder if it was. And I mean, people say, "Oh, you go to Casey's the Mondays." I wonder if it was literally like, but I'm being serious. Like, I wonder if it was like people were like, "It's a Monday, and I have to go to work on Tuesday." Like, because companies weren't going to give you off Tuesday.
Yeah.
If Christmas falls on a Friday, you got the whole weekend. If Christmas falls on a Thursday, most places will give you off Friday or you can take it off. But this fell on a Monday, and everybody was like, on the 26th, it's like, okay, I'm going back to work. So everybody kind of, God, that leave a hat on. Just leave the hat on. Just
That's
leave the
bad.
hat on. It felt like, I mean, to me it did. To me, it felt like one of the, like, I didn't have to go to work on the 26th because I was starting the new digs, but like, I just like, I was very, it's been very odd to me that I've heard that from so many people, and not everybody, like, everybody didn't say they had a bad Christmas. Everybody that I've said, they said, "Oh, I had a great Christmas. I enjoyed myself, but it just didn't feel like Christmas." I wonder if that was really it. Plus, it had been raining for so much of,
Yeah.
so it was wet, it was muggy. Or was it muggy? But it was wet. It was cold. it was on a Monday. I'm sorry, but a wet, cold Monday sucks, regardless if
Yeah.
it's Christmas or not.
To me, around here, it feels like there's so many people. We couldn't find our normal stuff that we normally do, go look at Christmas lights, go shopping, go eat at our special restaurants that we like to eat at during the Christmas time. They were so crowded and it just took any ounce of pleasure, joy, whatever you want to call it, out of it. It You couldn't enjoy yourself. Like we went to the ice thing, could not enjoy ourselves. I mean, when you're parking at the top of the Gaylord Texan Hotel and you're just being rushed through the line in a freezer, staring at ice sculptures and stuff.
You make it sound so fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. That's the thing. It was just you were herding into this line like cattle. Go through a freezer, look at these sculptures. You can't even sit there and look at the detail and admire the craftsmanship of the people that did the work.
So what you're saying is it was. So y'all went on like what, a Saturday or something?
We went on a Thursday, I think. Yeah, it was a Thursday that I was off. Is what we did.
If I unmute my mic. So
Mhm.
okay, so for somebody that may be watching this, I don't know, maybe they're in Kalamazoo, Florida. That's a real place, by the way. Um,
So Kalamazoo,
describe
Michigan.
describe what ice is. Besides the stuff you put in your glass, the border patrol people, or the stuff West Texas or East Texas people smoke.
Okay, basically, it's just ice sculptures in some kind of a theme. Like last year, it was the Peanuts, and I think the year before that was Peanuts, the Peanuts Gallery gang, and they're all in they're sculptures, and they're all in some kind of a scene. This year, it was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, so they took famous scenes from the book and the movie, not the Jim Carrey movie, the actual Dr. Seuss cartoon, and made it come, I guess, to life in like ice form. You're
Hmm.
walking around this big ass mobile freezer, these huge sculptures. You can go down a ice slide. I mean, it was cool stuff, but it was so many people. You're just being just pushed all the way through, and it cost so much damn money to do anyway.
Yeah.
And then we went to Texas Motor Speedway for their whatever the hell it's called, their like deal where you drive through. Used to you drive through and then you go into the infield by the garages and into one of the cup garages and meet Santa Claus. They had a whole North Pole thing going on where they had like little shops. You could buy this, that, and the other. Got a bunch of free goodies. All that stuff's gone. You just drive through, look at the lights, and go.
I do feel like I do think that the economy has a lot to do with that.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
Everything was so like overly expensive. Hell, not to jump
so
off
I,
of Christmas, but like today I spent $123 on just meal prep stuff for myself for this week.
so ice itself is normally pretty expensive, right?
Yeah, we got half off tickets. It's like I want to say it's almost $50 a person now.
Yeah, and it's always been like that.
No, no, it was always been halfway decently affordable, like close to 25 or 30.
Hmm.
Now they've almost doubled.
Hmm. I just like I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like this year's been one of those years where like either a I knew it was coming.
in case y'all don't know, he does not feel well. He's got some kind of cough, RSV, COVID 23, some kind of thing going on.
I don't have COVID or RSV or anything like that. Jackass. I've been dealing and I'm not the only person because I've seen it a lot on Facebook. People talking about like they've like got some kind of congestion thing going on, and that's what I got going on. This is going to be the death of me. For those of you that are watching, I have new headphones, and they came with what I would like to call a fidget spinner thingy that keeps me occupied. And so I'm just sitting over here doing this, and I feel like I'm going to stretch this stupid cord out in the first time of using these things. So I'm going to have to put this thing like out of reach so I don't do that, because I'm going to, if not, I'm going to sit over there and just like a slinky.
Well, at least the camera's not pointed a little bit further down. We'd think you'd be doing something else.
So I do think economy, good God, oh mercy. That is a decent score.
What are you watching?
I'll tell you later. I'm not watching anything inappropriate, y'all. Just to clarify. I lost my train of thought. Like
the economy, Christmas.
Yeah, there we go.
That's what happens when you're live and you have no topics.
And I have a double D.
Yeah.
D double D. H double H. But no, I think I know, like I said, the case of the Mondays type stuff, but like I will have to agree. I didn't feel.
Yeah, I thought you weren't gonna let him out.
Well, he's scratching the damn door, so I had to. I didn't feel the Christmas energy,
right?
Like I normally do this year, and I really do. I'll be honest, I really do think that's a big hit from the economy. I think people were kind of, the economy, the weather, and Christmas being on a Monday is kind of a kick in the Kris Kringle sack.
Yeah, I can agree.
Because, for one, and I will say this, we are working adults. So, like for us growing up, like your kids, like my niece and nephew and Jessica's two nephews, they have the time off. They get to open their toys, they get to open whatever they want, and they get to enjoy that stuff, ride their bikes, do whatever they want to do outside.
Yeah.
For adults, if we got anything that we wanted to play with or test out or do anything, we couldn't because we had to go right back to work. So
yeah,
I will say this, and I think this is true. Us as adults need to help everybody else improve the Christmas spirit, because if we're not in the Christmas spirit, then your kids aren't going to be in the Christmas spirit. Now, I will say for some, my late father did pass 2 days after Christmas. So some, now that's been almost, good God, it's almost been 8 years.
Has it really?
Yeah, it'll be 7 this year.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like that. It really doesn't. But when we get stuff that's cool, like this year, I got Jessica got me some of those barbecue shredders.
Oh yeah,
She got me the bear claws. She got me a set of bear claws, and I was like, now I want to cook something. Now I want to smoke something. But I was like, we got stuff to do. Like we had 2 Christmases, like married people do. They have 2 Christmases. They got to go to grandma's. They got to go to mom's. They got to go to this or they got to go to that. So you get kind of hung up. Sorry, I need to like not do that close to the mic.
Yeah, I'm used to it.
But I think it kind of kills it for everybody. Like because in our heads, we got to go to work.
Yeah.
So we don't give that normal Christmas cheer to kids, and it doesn't like resonate through the children. And you got to protect the children, as all the screaming crazy right wingers on Twitter like to scream, because God bless some of them. They are, oh, man, some of them are pretty hardcore. What are you doing?
Try
Just
not to
typing?
look retarded.
Oh, you already do that because you look like you're typing.
Well, I am typing.
Oh,
And I'm typing over top of my mic because I got my mic
oh.
down low.
So what did you get for the Christmas from Santa's sack?
Santa Sec gave me a lot of Green Bay Packer stuff. And I mean a lot.
So if you're friends with Chris, you saw all of the poop that was put on under his tree, and it was just all over the place. And the dog somebody just defecated all over the under that tree, and now he's wearing it on his body.
Oh, yeah. I'm covered in it. I have my Christian Watson jersey hanging up next to my Aaron Rodgers and Reggie White jersey and Brett Favre. It's sitting between Favre and Rodgers right now.
I can respect the Christian Watson.
And then I got a long sleeve Go Pack Go shirt. I'm wearing my hoodie. The hat I've had before.
Yeah, the hat you've had.
Yeah. But now it completes the ensemble. Ensemble.
Ensemble. You got the complete ensemble.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got
that's a first.
yeah. And only thing I need now is I found some Packers shoes. They're Dunks, is what my daughter has told me. They are Packers Dunks from Nike.
What are Dunks?
Shoes from Nike. I don't know. I don't know. They're shoes. They're like flat, low top shoes.
So is it like Nike's version of a Hey Dude?
No,
Oh.
it's like Nike's version of almost like a Converse, but all like leather on the outsole.
Okay, I'll have to look those up.
But yeah, I can't wear Nikes, so it doesn't really matter.
Why can't you wear Nikes?
I've never been able to. They never fit my feet.
I will say, as you know, you are a former fat guy, so for bigger people and for for us fat guys, a lot of us, me and you are around the same height, so our feet aren't thin.
No,
they're wide. I'm right there with you. I've never really been a good person to wear Nikes. Like, I think I've always either worn Reebok, Adidas,
yeah,
or just boots in general.
I want some boots. I want some Luke Casey's is what I want.
Good Lord. You went from you didn't even start at the Justins. You just went straight to the $300 pairs. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Every pair of boots I've ever bought's probably been. No,
Luke
I've
Casey's not
actually.
$300. They're 500 up.
It just no, not necessarily, because it just depends on the
want.
style. It depends on the style, Luke Casey.
Yeah,
because I have seen some $1,000 Luke Casey's. Now those are boots that I will never in my life own, but I have seen them in person, and I've actually held them, and I was like, who buys these again? Who?
Yeah.
And it's the people that buy the cowboys that buy them are
not cowboys.
No, they're cowboys. They just don't cowboy anymore. They own ranches. Yeah. And they tell their cowboys what to do. they put their $1,000 boots on, and then they go out there and tell the cowboys wearing the $100 boots what to do.
Right. I have a pair of square-toed. In fact, they're right over there. Square-toed Durango. But they're dress boots / work boots. They're dressy work boots, I guess.
Yeah. I always try to buy, like, my first pair of cowboy boots that I ever bought were Tony Llamas, and then the second pair I bought were um, they were Italian boots called Farini's, and I do think they still make them. I just think they're under a different name now. I think Farini got bought out by somebody. Um, and then I think the one pair that I got that I just all right.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's to be expected. I mean, that was a rumor. Um, but I think the next pair I bought were Tony Lamas. I think no, I take that back. They were Ariats. And I will say this: the two most comfortable pair of work boots I've ever bought in my entire life were son of a gun. I got to sneeze. Maybe
This would
not.
be interesting to watch. Look up.
Maybe not. Maybe not. My eyes gonna water, and I'm not gonna be able to get it out. Oh, that's gonna kill me because that I hate that. And anybody that's listening to this later, because nobody's watching it now, but anybody that knows that feeling of when you feel it and you feel it coming to your nose and you get
Yeah.
the tinglies up here and you think it's coming and then it goes nowhere and you're like and both your eyes water up and you're like come on get up and no, I did that like 3 times today. um so but yeah, the two most comfortable pair of work boots I ever bought were Ariats and Justin's, and the son of a bitch. And it's there. I can feel it. So if you just see me stop for a second, that's what's going to happen. But I think to me, maybe I can wash it away with some water. The best pair that I've ever bought, if I had to rank those two, were the Ariats, because the Ariats did not fall apart. I put those boots through hell. Actually, those were boots that I surveyed in, and I put those boots through hell. I wore them for so long that when because I mean, you surveyed for a week. Um, when when you do land surveying in Texas, mud, snow, ice, or it's not snow, it's ice, mud, it gets on everything. And no matter how much Scotch guards, like waterproof stuff you put on there, it never fails. I wore them for so long that on the outside edges where you'd step in the water and everything, the leather started to like basically just it started to tear off. And that's I mean, I got a good 3 years out of those boots. And I was like, all right, these are gonna work out. The Justins, because Holt gave you a stipend, right? Well, that stipend covered 100 and something. So I got Justin's steel. I had to get steel toes. And I mean, I won't lie, they were probably the most comfortable walking in, but I just left Holt and the heel was already coming off.
Really?
Yeah.
You weren't even there, what, a year?
Not even a year. But still mud, having to deal with machines that are concrete plants and different kinds of plants. You're walking in stuff that's probably going to eat some of that crap up. So
See, for me, it's ballast. Walking in ballast all day, every day. I need something. Um, Normally it's Timberland
Timberland.
Pro, those. But last the last two pair of boots I've bought have been Wolverines.
I did
And
like
man, they don't take long to break in, if any. Super,
I
super comfortable.
I did like the Wolverines that I had a long time ago because bad thing about earmuff headphones, they get your ears hot quick. Um I did like the Wolverines that I had a long time ago. Um and that was the only pair of lace up or boots that I ever bought in my life.
Really.
And the
See,
rest have all been
we have to wear lace up.
oh really?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
It's some kind of safety thing to get you, in case you run your foot over.
I would feel like you'd be able to get your foot out of slide-ons a lot quicker.
No, because they can just cut the strings and then peel the boot off around your foot.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I get that. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that we've segued out,
I haven't seen it. I've heard it happen to a guy I work with.
got his foot run over.
Yeah.
Did he have a foot later?
3 toes are gone.
Damn.
Yeah, it happens.
That's deep.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
A big toe?
I don't know. We don't talk about it.
You should tell him to send you feet pictures. But no, now that work boots, well, let's get off work boots. Good gosh. So we were talking a little sports. You texted me this, and I wanted to ask you this why, but then you told me why. So let's tell the people why. You
tell me what you're talking about.
Said to me that you didn't want to play the Cowboys in the playoffs, and you said you would rather your team not make the playoffs. Why?
Since then, I've kind of recanted a little bit. I don't want to play the Cowboys simply because the Cowboys are really damn good right now. Even though they when I went over to your place and watched the Buffalo game, they sucked bad, and then they sucked again against Miami. But they came out swinging against who did they just play? Detroit.
Yeah.
I say swinging. They fought hard against Detroit, which is a really, really good football team, and which should have won if it wasn't for the refs on the payroll. Which I'm glad they beat the Lions because that helped us out as a Packer Nation. But Cowboys can play really good ball when they're on their game. When they're not, you don't know. You never really know what you're going to get with the Cowboys.
Well,
and the reason why I said I'd rather not be in the playoffs is simply for the draft.
I can understand that.
I mean, there's so right now as it looks, Green Bay and Dallas will play first round of the playoffs next Saturday if they both win this coming weekend, this Sunday.
Right.
If both teams win, Packers will come to Dallas and play. They are undefeated at AT&T Stadium, Super Bowl included.
Who?
Packers.
Well, right now the Cowboys are undefeated at AT&T Stadium, Slick.
Right. I'm just saying the Packers are the only team that's undefeated at AT&T Stadium, and they play really good there. And there's a huge, huge Packer allegiance here in the DFW.
Well, let's be honest. Packers are one of those teams that travels very well everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I can name like 5 teams in the NFL that travel very well everywhere. And I would put the Packers in the top 3.
Yeah.
I mean,
Steelers, Packers, Eagles.
Yeah. And then I'd round that out with Cowboys and then
Raiders for some reason.
Raiders, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to, we went to the Cowboys-Jets game. There was a decent amount of Jets fans there. There weren't a lot, but there was a decent amount.
Yeah.
But I went to Cowboys-Eagles a couple of years ago on my birthday. And like, Eagles fans travel very well. And that's, and then you go to, where was that? No, Niners. Did you say Niners?
No, Raiders.
Dude, Niners.
Yeah, that's true too.
When the Niners played the Cowboys in the playoffs that one year, holy crap, it was almost a 50-50 split.
When
Okay.
we went to the Packers Cowboys game, it was a 60-40 split, Packers leaning the Packers way.
So it's a very it's a very dedicated fan base. I mean, and I'm not saying other teams in the NFL aren't dedicated, but y'all are a dedicated fan base. So and the Packer fans that are even the Packer fans that live in Wisconsin, they're not scared to travel.
Right.
I mean, they're not.
Hell, I saw 3 of us at HEB today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw. Well, I mean, you see it. Like I've heard it before, from people that have their own like I think I saw it on Facebook groups one time where it was like DFW Packer fans.
Yeah.
Don't do that because now you're gonna make me do that.
No, this is the 4th or 5th one I've done.
Well, good. Maybe I haven't looked at you then. No, I just did.
Yeah,
But this congestion is killing me right now. Like I need to I God, I hate this. Like I could hear, not only can I hear myself talk in my headphones, but I can feel like I can hear myself in my own forehead. But kind of like you said, I personally don't. I don't think I'm with you on a certain aspect of it that playing the Packers at home does create nightmares at times. But I mean, your other option is, do you play the Eagles? I mean, do you want to play the Eagles at home?
Well, I'm running it through my head. If the Packers don't make it and the Cowboys win and they're still the number 2 seed and the Packers don't make it, who gets in? Seattle. So Seattle will come. Seattle will be the 7th seed and will come back to Dallas.
I'm not and I'm okay with that. And I'll be honest, as a Cowboy fan right now, our options that we would have to play, the one that gives me the most nightmares is, if I'm going to rank them, because right now I think it looks like we could either play Green Bay, Seattle, or for the 5th seed, Tampa.
Yeah. Tampa should win the South, right?
Right. So they would play. They would be the 5th seed.
4th. Your division winners are 1 through 4.
So why did I see that thing that said Tampa will be the 5th seed?
If New Orleans wins.
So 2 of the teams in the worst division in the NFL could make the playoffs.
Yes.
That is a kick in the NFL balls.
That's not the worst division. It's close. I think right now
9 and 8 can win that division.
Again. Let's see.
The Carolina Panthers have won 2 games.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the rest of the teams in that division are 500 or less.
What sucks for the Panthers is that they're going to get the number 1 overall.
No, that's
going to Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Because they traded.
Yeah. They've already locked up the number 1 pick, but yet it's going to Chicago. Chicago's got 1-10 right now.
But see, there's a lot of people that think Chicago's going to ultimately trade out of that, unless they're going to see, because I've seen it. Me and my Uncle Bob Jessica's Uncle Bob were talking about this. There are a lot of drafts out there, and not one of them has the same top 5.
Well, it's because it's not over with yet, but right now it looks like they're going to have 1-10.
No, I'm saying in draft order.
Oh.
I'm saying there's not a solid top 5 draft out there, and a lot of people are like, it all depends on what Chicago is ultimately going to decide. Is Chicago going to move away from Justin Fields, or are they going to build around Justin Fields?
I think they should build.
And if they decide to build, then they're probably ultimately going to draft Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but after watching that Texas game this weekend, yeah, NFL teams better not sleep on Michael Penix Jr.
Didn't watch a lick of it.
Oh my God, that dude was putting the ball in places that like was NFL worthy. And yes, that does come with having good wide receivers, but holy crap, that dude was just creating magic. And it was like, I'm gonna skin this cat. Come on. This some bitch right here gonna kill me. But I don't know. This weekend is going to shape up a lot of things in the NFL. And like I said, right now, barring anything drastic for us, I'm not the only team that I really don't want to play right out is Green Bay. And that's just because of the past.
Yeah.
Like I
They're
just
hot.
don't.
They're hot right now. I mean, that's my opinion. I think the Packers are pretty hot right now. Love is playing very well, a lot better than I thought. The receivers and everybody coming on. Aaron Jones is back.
LaFleur, it seems like LaFleur's kind of he's kind of got his stuff together.
LaFleur's got his stuff together, and they're really starting to come up with plays that really accentuate what Love can do. He can stay in the pocket and let one go, like in the Vikings game. It looked just like Aaron. His footwork looks just like Aaron.
And they're healthy.
Ish.
I mean, you got Aaron Jones back. AJ Dillon's, won't he be back?
I think so. Isn't Christian Watson out for the rest of the season?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's your kicker.
Yeah.
Or not your kicker, but that's your
I know
killer. Yeah. Your killer in your whole deal. Because that is one of your best wide receivers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying don't sleep on Romeo Doubs, but
he hasn't done anything.
He hasn't, yeah. I mean, people said in the like fantasy drafts I saw, talked about earlier this year that people thought he was going to be really good, and he just really hasn't lived up to that could be really good aspect.
Yeah,
and the funky thing is your wide receivers or your running backs have been so night and day. Like at one point, Aaron Jones is going off, and then Aaron Jones just falls off, and AJ Dillon's your number one guy, and he's kicking ass, and then he gets hurt. Aaron Jones comes back, he looks good again, and AJ Dillon's kind of looking like, but then AJ Dillon comes back, and it's like y'all have had that, like, just back and forth, like
one or the other, not both.
Yeah, you've never had both. You've never had both healthy at the same time, and I mean, it's kind of your Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard situation that we had at one point where we couldn't get Zeke healthy. And so Tony Pollard looked like he was just going to blow everything out of the water. And really and truly he did towards the end of that Zeke's career here. And, Zeke has been mediocre Zeke since he went to New England. But I don't blame that on Zeke. I kind of blame that on coaching.
Yes.
So
100%. I brought it up a little bit. What did you think about the calls in the Detroit Cowboy game?
Win's a win. Win's a win. Do I believe that the subject at hand reported? I don't know. I wasn't on the field. Have I seen the images? Yeah, I've seen the images, but I've also seen images in the last 10 Cowboy games of Micah Parsons being held so bad that he looks like he's being taken away by guards.
Yeah,
So officiating as a whole has been ass all year.
absolutely.
Um, but do I feel like this game was pretty bad? And yeah, the end call did favor the Cowboys, but not a lot of people were talking about this. Schefter talked about this, and so did um, Mike Mike Florio. The tripping call that was called on Dallas, that was, so you probably don't even remember this. So
No.
there was a tripping call on the last drive of the Cowboys
Okay.
that was called on the Cowboys.
Okay.
But the Cowboys weren't the one tripping. Aiden Hutchinson was the one that was there's a clear video of that play out there that Aiden Hutchinson sticks his leg out and trips a Cowboys defender, and they call tripping on that defender or on that offensive lineman,
So
not Aiden Hutchinson.
do you think they did this to even the calls?
Oh, I think they 100% tried to do a makeup call there, but I think it was definitely the wrong time to do the makeup call.
Yeah.
Because every NFL fan that's ever going to listen to this or watch this knows they do makeup calls all the time.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
whether it's mid game, whether it's first of the game, it happens. Was that the wrong time to do it? Yeah, but it worked out in our favor, and I'm not going to bitch about that.
Wasn't it this officiating crew that worked the Packers Chiefs game that called the no call on Valdez Scantling pass interference? Should have been
Yes,
called.
yes.
Okay.
And what's crazy is this exact officiating crew is getting another primetime game.
I saw that. They're doing the Steelers Bengals. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
they're getting another primetime
Saturday
game.
night?
So it's like the NFL hasn't obviously learned about this,
No.
and they obviously don't give a shit. Like they like to create their own storylines and their own headlines per se.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that sucks, man, is
You can't do that when you have so much riding on these games. They need to be called fairly and evenly every single time.
but but
So many people have so much money riding on these that it starts to look fixed.
yeah, I mean it does, and that's what kills it for people is people, you know, I know someone that, wagered some money, and that person lost money
Yeah.
this weekend. Lost
Well,
almost $200 this
look at
weekend.
people that do football boards, and a certain square should have paid. What if somebody had, what was it, 20? It was going to be what, 21-20? Is that what the score was going
The
to
final
be?
would have been, yeah, the final would have been
What if
21.
somebody had 0-1
Yeah.
and had, $1,000 right on that square for the final?
What if somebody had Cowboys +5
Yeah.
and the Cowboys were up by 7,
Yeah.
and then the fucking I know that one person, that lost almost $200, won't, he won't mind me saying this, but he did clean up pretty well a couple weekends ago and make almost 1,000. So, I mean, he won't mind me saying that. So I won't mention any names. But it's just like it but the thing about it is it's like we've talked about in baseball. Like um you aren't a big fan of the replays in baseball. Like, yeah, but you had to fix the game somehow, but was that the way to fix it? I don't know. But how do you fix this? How do you fix awful officiating in the NFL? You can't do
I don't know what the right answer is. I don't know how, because
is
everything is such a judgment call.
Because and you know, I mean, us as football fans, we've heard the rumors that they want to allow coaches to challenge pass interference calls and stuff
They
like
tried
that.
that, didn't they?
No, not yet.
I could have swore they tried that. It was.
I thought, to me, I thought that was what they were trying to think about doing, but they haven't done it yet. That's what, to my knowledge,
I
that's
could
what
have
I
swore it's just a couple seasons ago that they could challenge
thought.
pass interference calls.
I should have hit my button. I need to hit it. No, I'm good. Well, I thought that was something that they were trying to come up with, but the other thing to me is, though, and I'm looking at it like this: how do you make that something that you can challenge? Because let's say that a coach his team is the one that had a pass interference call and it wasn't pass interference. But what if there's a call that should have been pass interference and it wasn't called? Do you let that coach challenge that? Okay, well then where do you
Right.
stop? Do you let a coach say, "Well, did you see Micah Parsons getting held? Why can't we go look at that?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, or did you see that face mask on, Pat Mahomes? How do you? I'm like, you can't. There's no right way to do it, and I think that to be honest with you, I think this is where they just leave in human error.
They have to, and just do a better job of training and explaining and be consistent. If this one crew lets a little bit more fly, then be consistent the whole game
Right.
and not do like you did in the Super Bowl with the Rams and Bengals and call a pass interference call when you haven't called one the entire game and they did nothing different.
But let's not forget, the reason that this is being talked about is because Kadarius Toney was so offsides,
Yeah.
and they made a humongous deal about that in KC, and it was blatant.
That was, yeah.
As blatant as the line that divides our screens. It
Yeah.
was that bad. And they made such a big deal about that, but it was like, dude, that's clear
Yeah.
as day. Like, that's plain as the nose on your face bad. Like, he should have known better.
Right. And that's fundamentals 101.
Right.
You know, there's no
So,
excuse for that. And then for anybody to say they shouldn't have called that, they're full of shit.
yeah.
When he's basically lining up in the defensive backfield,
His I know that they talk about it, but the imaginary line that we see on TV, half of his body was across that.
yeah, that yellow line, or that was it red or black or whatever?
It's the black line is the
Yeah,
line
it's
of
the black.
scrimmage, and
Yeah,
the yellow, yeah.
it's the black
His
line was going right through his
half of his
body.
body was across the line. Like, I mean, come on, bro.
Yeah,
Like, Pat Mahomes, stop being a bitch.
God, you ain't lying.
And it was brought up on a football podcast that I was listening to the other day. I don't watch a lot of Chiefs games. Obviously, I watch the Red Zone channel, but I watch a lot of because of you. I love football. Good Morning Football,
Yeah,
and man, when they show highlights, it is getting he's getting pretty bad. Like, he's getting he's getting pretty crybaby-ish.
he is getting very bad. I love Jason McCourty because he doesn't sugarcoat it. And normally, the Good Morning Football crew is very pro player and pro team, and they don't look at the negative things like ESPN does.
Right.
It's more positive, and they focus on the things that the players are doing good, and they celebrate them.
Right.
But man, they will dog some Mahomes, and they will not. They call him out on his bullshit.
Yeah. And it's not to say that Pat Mahomes is a bad quarterback. Pat Mahomes is not a bad quarterback.
He's a great quarterback.
But Pat Mahomes is turning into a big time bitch.
He is a sore loser.
We need to figure out how to make graphics, and we could start calling him the Triple B.
Yeah.
The big time baby. And then flash up a graphic where it has like the DJ sound. What does that sound? I can't make that sound. Um,
A little
but
horn in the background.
yeah, the DJ horn. Um,
I gotta get some more equipment. I need a bigger desk. That's what I need.
one thing that you don't really pick up when you have one headphone in, that's the earbud, is that. And now that I have these on, yeah, that was clear as day. That was clear as Kadarius Toney being offsides.
Yeah, that chicken and rice I sent you is talking to me.
That was. Oh man.
I was hoping it was gonna be kind of quiet.
No, bro, that wasn't quiet at all. So we've been talking football. Speaking of great former Packers, you've talked about his name. What can you tell me, or what have you followed in the Aaron Rodgers Jimmy Kimmel saga?
I have no idea.
Okay, so you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. So
I just know that there was a reference about Jimmy Kimmel on Pedophile Island. That's the only thing I know.
So I love me some Pat McAfee, and
God, that's great.
And so I guess this started when Rodgers got COVID and he did the ivermectin thing and he did whatever he did. He didn't take a shot. So Kimmel threw some jabs at Rodgers in his opening monologue. Well, I guess Rodgers threw some jabs back a while back. And then I guess when all this Epstein Island stuff, don't show people that. They're going to get scared.
Sorry. I was just looking at myself in the camera.
You almost sit in the mirror.
Yeah.
And so people so this has been chimed in that so apparently Rodgers popped off on Pat McAfee again. He goes, they were talking about Epstein Island list that's supposedly coming out. Some documents were released today, but nothing has really came out that I've seen. I'm leaving that to the Twitter sleuths that are all over the internet to find the names and everything. But so I guess Rodgers said that Kimmel might be on the Epstein Island, and then I guess Kimmel didn't like the fact that Rodgers said something, so he said some comments about, well, I'll just, you could face legal action or something like that, and it's like, you big old fanny.
Yeah, what a puss.
You sit there and you talk so much shit on your opening monologue on people that didn't get vaccinated or Donald Trump or Republicans. And then when somebody mentions you on Epstein's Island of being a pedo, a pederast, a kitty diddler, then you want to threaten legal action. You know what that sounds like to me? Guilty party.
Guilty.
I hope his fucking name is on there. And I'll tell you another thing. I'm going to be honest with you. I've never liked Jimmy Kimmel.
No.
I can't stand Stephen Colbert.
No.
I didn't like Fallon. And I didn't like James Corden's fat ass.
I like Fallon until people's true colors start showing, I really liked Fallon. I still like Fallon. I can like somebody and disagree with their political views.
I just don't think
Jimmy Fallon doesn't, shove him down your throat.
No, but I also don't think he's funny.
No, see, I do.
I don't think he's funny. I don't think Colbert's funny. I don't think douchebag Kimmel's funny. I liked Conan O'Brien when he was the late show.
Yeah.
I
liked him on TBS.
Yeah, I didn't mind him there. My favorite, I'm not old enough. Obviously, I'm not old enough to remember Carson. I do remember Leno, but my favorite of all has always been Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
And I've always thought Craig Ferguson just did not give a shit.
No.
And
Didn't
that
he
was
have the
always,
rattlesnake mug? Is that who had the
yeah,
rattlesnake mug? Yeah.
yeah. So I do think,
Very nice.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's going to come out with this island list of Epstein's buddies and all that kind of jazz. And I kind of hope people, get shit on. I do. I kind of
That's
hope
what
some of
Andrew
these.
wrote. The report mentioned the funniest thing imaginable: Stephen Hawking wanting to watch undressed midgets do complex equations on a blackboard. That's pretty
Yikes.
funny. That's
Oh,
pretty damn funny.
there was the reports that I just saw a minute ago that was, uh, and I quote, Clinton liked them young. Like, you pederast. We
That Kimmel
knew,
said that?
no, Bill Clinton,
Oh,
Bill Clinton was a frequenter of the island, or frequenter of Jeffrey Epstein's, and that he liked them young.
that's disturbing.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
there's going to
disturbing.
be, the Twitter hawks are going to be out, and they're going to be going through there and looking at names and looking at people, and there's going to be some stuff that comes out of some of these people, and the people are going to be like, what,
So what's going to happen to these people? That's my question. I mean, are
Probably
they going
nothing.
to? Yeah, that's the
Probably.
thing. Nothing's going to happen. They're just going to be outcasted as.
Clinton's going to be found face down in a pool somewhere, and he's going to be supposedly passed away of a heart attack. But
Yeah.
what that's really being said is Hillary killed him.
Yeah.
She
should be killed too.
Well, when she's the one that's doing
Unalived. I can't say killed, but unalived.
When she's the one that's doing all the unaliving, I mean, she just has people put bags over people's heads and then pushes them in a pool face down.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's true.
The Clintons and the Obamas.
Yeah, that's who's running the place.
So we've been here almost an hour, but I want to ask you been to the movies lately?
No. There's nothing out there I want to see.
You don't want to go see the Von Erich movie?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I want
I've heard Wonka's pretty good.
Yeah. Kids and wifey went, saw that over their Christmas break.
They say it was any good?
Yeah, they loved it. They thought it was great.
I heard it was good. I heard it was really good.
I didn't know it was a musical.
Well, the first one was a musical.
Was it?
The first Willy Wonka with the first Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
That was a musical?
There was 7 Oompa Loompa songs in the damn thing.
Oh. I just never realized it was a musical.
I mean, I guess you could you had to call it a musical, right?
I don't know.
Maybe we'll have to Google that.
What was that Rock of Ages with Julian Huff? Is that a musical?
I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
It's a movie about this bar in the 80s when the hair bands were dying out and the New Kids on the Block shit was coming in. Julian Huff was in it and some other dude. She's freaking hot in that movie.
I'll be honest with you, Chris, I don't even remember that movie.
It's not Rock of Ages. What the hell is it? I got it on Blu-ray. Damn it.
Wow. Still have a Blu-ray player. Where's your VHS
Xbox
tape set? Oh. You got the VHS tapes out too?
No, but I did save some. I still have Blood, Sweat, and Gears.
Got a little shelf with all your Disney boxes, the ones that were this thick and this damn tall.
And padded.
Yeah, and padded. But the tape was just tucked away in the middle.
No, but I did find some Old Girls Gone Wild stuff and some other stuff that I had.
I'm glad I didn't have a mouthful of water, because I definitely would have had to clean that laptop screen.
Yeah.
I was thinking about those the other day because I saw it wasn't a commercial for Girls Gone Wild. It was a commercial that reminded me of that. And I was like, whatever happened? And I remember that guy, that guy that did him went to prison because he was a pedo ass.
Yeah.
because he was recruiting girls that were way underage for that stuff.
Yeah. I gave
Yeah.
those DVDs away. 3 other ones I found away. I told you about Morgan finding another DVD, didn't I?
Yeah, you told me there was a finding of some sorts of a movie.
Yeah. I thought I threw them all away. There's no need to have those. You got it on the internet now.
Yeah. I don't know how stores stay in business.
Toys.
They sell that many toys.
Drugs. Maybe it's a cover up for Russian mob or cartel or something.
No, that's definitely most taquerias in America.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I love all the local taquerias for the delicious food.
I tell you what, I want to make barbacoa. I know I don't eat a whole lot of beef, right? Everybody knows that now. I'm winging myself off a cow, but I want to make some damn barbacoa. Speaking of taquerias,
I want to make. I don't want to make everything. I see something online of a video and I want to make it. Those prosciutto wrapped peppers the other day. I was like, man, I still want to make those.
I found some. It's called chicken like clucker bombs.
Is that a chicken breast wrapped in bacon?
No, it's jalapeno stuff like you would a Texas Twinkie, but with buffalo chicken.
Okay, those could be pretty cool. Those could be really good.
Yeah.
What would you wrap those with, though?
Bacon.
I guess you could, yeah. I mean, it still tastes good. Everything tastes good with bacon.
Put some blue cheese crumbles in it.
Yeah, a little blue cheese, a little buffalo chicken.
Mm-hmm.
I could get down on some of those.
Yep. See, I'm a fat guy at heart still.
Well, yeah. I mean, that never leaves your body.
No.
We probably both follow way too many food things on TikTok and Instagram. I know I do.
Absolutely.
Because I open mine up.
I don't do TikTok, but yeah.
Well, like I send you like cooking videos on there all the time. And people
you do?
Have you not looked lately?
On TikTok?
Yeah.
No, I don't look at none of that shit.
You quit looking at TikTok?
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
When did you do that?
Months
2 days ago?
No, months
ago. Bro,
no,
don't you say months ago, because you responded to one I sent you the other day of somebody doing something stupid and getting hurt, and you sent me
that was on Instagram.
No, it wasn't. It was on TikTok. I will pull my TikTok.
I don't. Okay. Never is a strong word. I hardly ever. And when I do, I'll send you something. But I hardly ever get on it. Maybe once a week, twice, maybe.
Bro, this says you were active on Wednesday of last week. Yeah. Actually, it says you were active yesterday on TikTok.
Because my sister sends me stuff through iMessage.
So you do look at it.
If she sends me something I think is funny.
Well, there are 3.
I don't sit there and just unconsciously scroll.
There are 4 that you need to look at that are on there today. They're not today that I sent you, and one from last night that pretty much describes how I feel like you would be if you were 70 years old at a rock concert. Like, okay. I can't play the music because obviously we'll be copyrighted, but there's
oh yeah, that's me.
70 and I think it's a woman. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if it's a man or a woman.
You can't assume their identity.
I can't assume, but it is playing
wrong.
It is playing a Shinedown song, and she is singing every friggin' word.
How do you think I'd be at Limp Bizkit?
Oh, I know. Well, yeah, no kidding. Like, we've talked about that if we decide to go. If I decide to go, I think you're already.
I want to go. I just haven't gotten tickets because I don't know who wants to go with me.
I would love to go, and if I can afford it, I will go. But there's a lot of things that you and I and me and my wife have started to try to plan, and something's tickling me. Oh, it's my cord. I thought I had a bug on me.
You froze like ugly. There you go.
Moved really fast.
Sneaky.
No, I've already talked to Jessica about like how you and I talked about going to Green Bay. Jessica and I are planning a trip somewhere this year. Um, actually, we're planning a couple because we're going to be on the same work schedule now. So we're planning on a couple of good ones. So, but
That's
yeah,
good.
that's going to be good because we're going to be on the same work schedule. So the vacations will become the vacations will come a lot easier. There won't be like, oh, let me make sure I got the time off.
See, NASCAR is a thing. I know we're not gonna be able to make it to Daytona, and I mean it's my daughter's 18th birthday, so I can't really miss that. Um, so NASCAR at TMS, unless you want to go to Austin.
F1?
Well,
We couldn't
if
afford
we
F1.
no, we can afford F none.
F none. No,
Yeah.
Jessica's aunt, her husband, he's a it's her like second or third, I don't know. But so he's a UT grad, right? Uh he graduated from UT Longhorn. He's been a Longhorn for life. His daughter graduated there. He graduated there. So his daughter, she's younger, so she likes to go to the games. Well, obviously UT's going to the SEC next year. So he was telling me she was trying to book a hotel for UT versus Georgia. It's going to be in Austin. They decided, I don't know who and I don't know why, they decided to put that game on the same weekend as F1 in Austin.
Oh my God.
She said hotels in Austin are booked all over, all the way almost to Georgetown.
I'm surprised it's not booked all the way to Temple.
I know, right? I was like, that is the stupidest shit I could have ever imagined. But that just shows you how cocky the NCAA is. They decided they wanted to put that big of a game on the same weekend of F1. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to be. I'm 1,000 miles from Austin right now, and I don't want to be here.
No, it's gonna be
Traffic, and
so
that's
crazy.
going to be idiotic. That is
Yeah.
anybody that lives in Austin. That is going to be their worst nightmare possible.
Yeah.
Like if I lived in Austin, I would want to go vacation that weekend and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'd be
That'd
like,
be
yeah,
awful.
where are you going? I'm going to go to Tennessee.
I'm going to Tennessee.
Yeah,
I'm going to Georgia.
I'm going to
Georgia will
Georgia.
be empty.
Yeah, Georgia will be empty. You can go find plenty of bars out in Georgia to go to.
Lord have mercy.
All right, well, this hour flew by. Man, you could tell we hadn't talked in a while.
Yeah, I know.
But I put it on Facebook, season 2 of our show, because I kind of like that, giving ourselves a break at the end of the year, and we call it season 2. We almost got to 30 episodes in a season.
Yeah. If work schedules worked out better.
Right. And I think everybody that listens to the show knows, like we've talked about it multiple times, Chris has a odd duck schedule. Mine just got better. I won't be going to work, or I will be going to work when the sun's down, but luckily I will be getting home when the sun is still up, and I can do yard work, and I can do stuff around the house, and I don't have to like pull in the driveway and it'd be pitch black.
Yeah. And
Because
that's a plus. If I end up doing what I'm thinking I'm going to do is go on the road, I can take my computer with me and we can do it from hotel in Sweetwater. So
yeah, hotel
it's that
Wi-Fi,
big a deal. Yeah.
hotel
So
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, and our one special pop-up guest, Mr. Andrew, we want to thank you all for tuning in for season 2, episode 29. It is going to be a fun year in 2024. Who knows? Maybe by the end of this year, we may have a shirt or two. Who knows? Just for
Maybe.
fun. What the hell? But maybe there's going to be a Empty Slate Roadshow. Who knows?
That would be fun.
Yeah, maybe take this on the road and go see one of our friends in the podcasting world. And I'm going to go take some congestion medicine and eat. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I really do appreciate y'all tuning in to this episode. We missed you guys, and Chris, obviously, we missed each other because we haven't been
Yeah.
able to talk football. Because 30 minutes of our show was football, and the other 30 minutes was random nonsense.
That's usually
But
how things go.
that's normally how things go. We talk sports, and then we talk random nonsense. Uh, but I do appreciate y'all being here, and Chris, what the hell? Close it out.
Like you said, we appreciate you, every single one of you who listen and join in on the live stream on the YouTubes. And until next week. Shit, are we going to record next week? I don't know. We'll see you down the road.